Thanks for joining me on my adventure around Australia.
And now we're on the way to Coray Bay. I have passed the Tropics of Capricorn today, and we can see the first lot of termite hills. So up north there's a lot of termite hills.
The name Coray Bay comes from the fact that the reef is right in the bay. As I was walking down to the beach, I stopped and talked to the guy at the information centre. He told me that the water was a nice 22 degrees, but it had been warmer in previous days. This weird sound that you can hear now is water entering into my waterproof GoPro case. It is in fact not waterproof, but I still keep taking it underwater and the GoPro lives on. So was Coray Bay the snorkeling paradise? No, it wasn't. It turns out that the reef spawn that comes every year is meant to get washed out by the currents and the strong winds, but it did not, and it resulted in algae, and it meant that fish died, some of the coral died, and that's why the coral just looks like green and yellow. The ecosystem, hey? Everything serves a purpose. This, however, was the first time that I've been snorkeling by myself, and as people tell you, you shouldn't go snorkeling alone, but when there's 50 million other tourists in the water, I don't feel like I'm very alone. There was lots of boats and kayak. I wore my rape whistle and I had my noodle. If anything was to happen to me, everyone would know about it. Coray Bay was basically just one big caravan park. I stayed the night at Bullara Station Stay. It had a very rustic and unique feel about it.
Good morning, everybody. Stayed at Bullara Station Stay last night. Ran into the people that I was on the kayak tour with, so I went over to their spot and had dinner with them. Now today I'm on the way to Exmouth. Might do some snorkeling, do some hiking, check out the area. It's 8 and it is 19 degrees and it will be a top of 24 today. Perfect. Just stopped here to eat my breakfast. I've got this holiday planner here that I picked up in the information centre, and what I find really useful is it tells you the wildlife, what time of year they are, which most of them are all year round, and March to August. So, and also if you look here, it says windsurfing October to April. So that would be when it's the most windiest time and the worst time to be at the beach, well, unless you want to windsurf. Wildflowers is between July and October. WA has the biggest wildflower season there is. They also have such an abundance of birds here as well. So this is my favourite things about Western Australia so far, is all the wildflowers. They're coming out early this year. There's actually a lot of wildflowers, considering it's not quite the season yet. Yeah, and I just love all the bird life as well. Although I feel like I'm too inland, I need to be more outback because, yeah, all the places that you can stay, they're all like this. They're right next to the highway. They don't actually have a lot of camps that are off the highway. They have beach camping that you can pay for. Here is a 24-hour fuel station, so there's nobody here. You card in, and pay for the petrol. That was the best snorkeling experience I've ever had.